What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my video. But right now I'm doing my fender rolling before I install the coilovers so I don't rub on it. But here it is. I already did the other sides, as you can see. Whew. Now I'm about to do this, and this is the last side.
Então ela prefere o DJ, nosso bonde tá pesadão, pesadão, pesadão. O bonde tá pesadão, pesadão, pesadão.
So one thing about doing this whole thing is that you want to make sure you use a lot of heat. Not too much heat, not less heat. It's like just your temperature has to be around like 80 or 90. I already know the temperature by the feel of it, so I don't really gotta do too much. Alright, now onto the coilovers. Here are the coilovers that I'm putting in. And these are the max speeding rods. Yes, sir. To driver rear side, what you gotta do is take off this 17 right here. Then you're gonna take off the bracket, which is on the other side right here. This is a 14. And this is a 17 right here. So what I did here first was take the 17 out because it also goes into the bracket. Then I came around and took the 14 out of the bracket. By the way, the 17 that I was talking about is right next to the 14 on the bracket. Yeah, so once you take this out, you could take up the upper two bolts, which is also 14s. But let's do that. Now I took the 17 out, as you can see. Still got a little movement, and I took the bracket off, get it out the way. And yeah, now let's take off the top two bolts. Alright, so to take off the bolts from the top, you have to move this cover. All you have to do is pry it off from the bottom, and then it should easily come off. As you can see, I already did the other side, and now this for the one that I'm about to do, which is 14 on both sides. Now let's do that. Yeah, so I took it out. Had to wiggle a little bit to get it out of there, and had to push on this down a little bit. I know the camera is pointing at the studs, but I pushed down on the caliper instead because it was easier. And please don't mind my hand because it's ashy and it was cold outside. And then just came right off. Alright, now time to put on the new one. I dropped down like 3 inch. Let's see. I So it was a little bitch to put the bracket back on with the coilover. Okay, so it was a little bitch because I tried putting on the 17mm bolt into the bracket first instead of putting on the bracket with the 14mm. So that's my mistake. So to make it easier for you guys, I will put on the bracket on first with the 14mm, then put on the 17mm. But I got it. Now I'm just jacking up this point from here so I could jack up the coilovers so I could bolt it from up top. Now let's do that. Alright, so I put the wheels on, now drop it down. Let's do that. I'm done with the rear, now I'm doing the front. Throw the 17 right here. I forgot to mention here, but to take the bolt off, you have to use an impact with a 17 socket on it. But while you're doing that, you have to use a wrench that is 17 on the other side. And this is a 14 I'm about to take out right now. And take this shit off. And drop the coilover down. Or shocks down in this point. I had to take this assembly apart from here. So right here, there will be a 17mm bolt with a pin inside of it. And you have to take off the pin and the bolt off to take the assembly apart. Then I had to pry down over here. Right here, I used the pry bar on the lower controller arm to put it down a little bit. So I could get the whole shocks out of this piece of, you know. But yeah, now it's all apart. Time to put the new one in. Alright guys, so this is the new coilover that we're gonna put in right now. But you want to make sure when you install it, you see these two studs right here? You want to make sure it goes right here. There's two holes right here, as you can see, and this for the two studs that's supposed to go in. This supposed to go in. By the way, those two little studs are 12mm nuts, and the regular studs are 14mm nuts. So when you line it up, go like this, and underneath the brake line, which is right here, just go under it, and boom. And once you get it under there, make sure you put the new bolts in to hold it in place. So I got one of my good friends, Moss, right here helping me out.
What's good? What's good?
Check out the V.
S650 2024. Yeah, 2024 S650.
But yeah, you could find his Instagram on the screen. I will leave it there. Alright, so now that I got everything in, I already bolted up from top. And I just gotta have this go in the bracket, go in the coilovers. So how am I gonna do that is by having a jack stand on the lower control arm and then push it up and it should go in. And before you do that, make sure to put this bolt in first. So yeah. Now once you compress it and this is fully in, what you're gonna do is take this bolt and put it in there. But make sure to tighten it. But don't forget to torque it. Alright, so now that that one is in, we're gonna drop the jack down and tighten up this one. Alright, so everything is on. Now is the moment of truth to drop it down. But make sure there's nothing under your car before you drop it down. Oh shit. My jack is messed up, that's why it dropped down so fast, but release the jack slowly. Damn. Sheesh.
That shit's fire. Definitely.
Alright guys, so this the fitment. I really like it. It's fire. And yeah, I did max it out, but I could barely put my one finger in there. And yeah, it's tough. Good morning, yeah. It's the next day, and the ride of the car is smooth. I like it. So my coilovers came with the damper adjustments, which is when you turn all the way to the left, it's soft, and when you turn all the way to the right, it's hard.
Hey, yo!
So I put it in the middle, and that ride is just not too bouncy, not too hard. It's perfect, to be honest with you. But the ride is nice. I like it. But yeah, so that was it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Until next time, catch you guys.